In this video, we're repairing a leaky toilet. Now, how you go about it, you can do many things, but since it's so disgusting, and I've had it about 7 years, it's time to replace it, in my opinion, but you do what you want. In order to know what toilet you should replace the one you have, use the same model, but if you want a porcelain or something else, you'll have to take a look at the flange. Of course, you can always replace the flange, but what a hassle that would be. Okay, how do we remove the toilet? Well, on my particular toilet that I've got, there is this cover that you have to take off. And after you take it off, you can get to the bolts, which are hidden. We have two 1/2-inch bolts that we have to remove, and you can see it here. And also we've got a water line. What I decided to do is to cut the peck. Personally, I prefer a petal foot flush toilet. Thetford has two of them. The first one is an Aqua Magic 5. Now, an Aqua Magic 5 is the more inexpensive or economical one. But as you take a look at the diagram on the lower right hand of the flange, it'll only work in number 1 position, which is very similar to what you'd have in your home. Now, the one that I had to get was the Bravura, and it has several different places you can line it up. I had to use number 2 on this one. Next, we place the seal, which is a composite felt ring that goes around the mouth of the toilet on the bottom. And here is my one improvement is I used a Fluid Master wax ring replacement. You see the blue thing, it's made sort of out of silicone rubber. And there's 2 ears on the end, and you can put your bolts in there and get them all set up. And it's a lot easier to align it with the toilet. And finally, I had to replace the PEX. I must have gotten some old PEX when I bought it at the RV shop, or I could have had a dull cutter, but it just wouldn't cut right. So I decided to go another route. I got the flexible tubing that normally would go with your house toilet. You see, I used a metal jacket, which is very good for high pressure installations. I don't know whether or not it's going to be useful here in the RV. It takes a 15/16 wrench to tighten the top, and those things are huge. What I had to do is go to Ace and buy a 6-inch adjustable wrench, and it tightened up very nicely and very quickly, and I had no leaks. Thank you for joining us today for this video. Just remember that my RV is not the same as yours, even if you have the same model and it goes down the same assembly line, but just a few before it or after it. It could be different. So take what I've got here and maybe it might help you. This is the old RVer